Hi, this is Brandon Höglund, founder of Höglund & Sons, as well as the Watches on You Watch Review YouTube channel. I'm incredibly excited to be launching a new model today. This is the Höglund & Sons Mark III GMT. It launches on Kickstarter today, link in the description, and I wanted to take the time to give you all the details on this piece, as well as give you a bit of a life update, as I hadn't posted a video in quite a while on this channel. I am currently a fourth-year medical student. I'll be applying to neurosurgery residency over the coming year. To give you an update on my brother, he's also entering medical school in the fall. He collaborated with me on the design of this piece, kind of using our knowledge of all the watches we had reviewed over the previous few years. And it was a fun project to work on with your brother, as well as a fun creative outlet during medical school. So to start off with this watch, as I said, it represents the culmination of everything I've learned over the previous few years of launching watch models, and really takes the Höglund & Sons brand in a new direction. All of our previous models were chronographs. This is a GMT, and I really wanted to capitalize on the new Seiko NH34 movement, and it just was a perfect fit for this watch. I'd always thought about using making a GMT model, and it just was the perfect fit as far as a movement within this price point, as well as kind of with that heritage of Seiko reliability. I had a really great luck working with the VK64 movement on the Mark I chronograph that I designed, so I was happy to be able to put that into this watch. So to take you through the different case elements, so this watch is a 38mm stainless steel case. It's 12.5 millimeters rather in thickness. And this was the thinnest I could possibly make this watch. I really wanted to make it able to fit under a shirt cuff very easily. Thickness is always something that people make requests about, and I'm happy that I was able to really do that with this model. Additionally, kind of new for Höglund & Sons with the case, so this watch has a 100-meter water resistance, which is double the water resistance on previous Höglund & Sons models, which all had 50 meters. Additionally, it incorporates a feature that was seen on the original Mark I chronograph. This is the time zone scale, which is obviously very useful with the GMT movement, but it also has a bit of an Easter egg with Chicago being replaced by Minneapolis, which is my hometown. Additionally, the case back has a sapphire crystal, which lets you see the rotor of the movement as well as the balance wheel. Additionally, there's a sapphire crystal on the front of the watch, which is very scratch resistant as well. A new element for Höglund & Sons is a signed crown. So many of you are asking me for signed crowns, so I decided to put that on this model. I think it adds a new element of kind of quality to this piece. Additionally, talking about bracelets. So this watch comes with 2 bracelets. You don't have to pay any extra for either of the bracelets. They both come with any order that you make. So obviously we have a cloth bracelet here. It will also come with a steel mesh bracelet. That was a big request. I would say one of the biggest on my previous few models, and I think it looks really great on this piece. So just to give you kind of a wrist shot of this watch, you can see that the thickness is very reasonable. It'll easily fit under a shirt cuff. And that's a big concern with GMT models, specifically like the Tudor GMT. My brother had one of those, and he literally got rid of it because of the thickness, so I'm glad I was able to make that quite reasonable on this piece. So moving on to the dial. So this is probably my favorite element of this watch. So the watch has a very glossy dial, and it just blends nicely with kind of those organic curves on the hands. Additionally, we have applied indices, which add another element of quality to this piece. And furthermore, the lume is Swiss Superluminova. That was a big request on previous models that I was able to incorporate into this watch. And I think all of you will be very happy with that. It makes it so much more usable. And we have lume on all of the hands, including the GMT hand. So now that I've popped the crown out, you can see how easy this watch is to set. So in the far out position, which is the second position really, you can set the minute and hour hands. To set the GMT hand as well as the date, you move it in one more position, so I'll just push it in slightly. And then to now set the GMT hand, you're gonna turn it clockwise, and you can see it moves around the dial independently of the hour hand. So it's not just like a 24-hour hand, you can actually use it as a GMT. Additionally, to set the date, you wind the crown counterclockwise, very easy to do. And then when you push the crown back in, you can wind the watch. So this watch can be wound obviously with both winding as well as the automatic rotor. The movement incorporates a 41-hour power reserve in addition to that, so you're really not going to be running out of wind while you're wearing this piece. That was something that was very important to me, to have a model that can be wound either manually with the rotor and then have a significant power reserve. So this watch really, I think you're going to see a common theme throughout this video, that I've incorporated a ton of feedback and really not overlooked a lot with this model. And not that I did that in the past, it's just over years of designing watches, you really start to understand what people demand in pieces like this. So I'm just so grateful for the community to give me that feedback. So just to kind of end this video, I'm again so grateful to the community for not only giving me feedback, but also purchasing my watches. You guys have purchased hundreds of watches for me, which is just so exciting to be able to have a creative outlet, specifically during like medical school, with it being as stressful as it is. This has really just been such a fun project for me. In addition to being a business, kind of that combination of things makes it just so much more fun and fulfilling. So I'm grateful to you all for that. So again, just to kind of, before I leave, I would encourage you to take a look at the link in the description. Consider purchasing this. I try to have the best customer service as possible, so any questions you have, just reach out to me, either before or after a purchase, it doesn't matter. Any element that I've overlooked in the Kickstarter description is always heavily appreciated, so if I missed any details that you think are important for me to include, let me know. I'm not afraid of criticism, so thank you so much, and goodbye.